This evening, tragedy strikes East Coast Demerara. A fire claimed the life of a retired headmaster. Residents reported hearing explosions and screams. Graveyard vandalism in West Bank, Berbice. Police arrested 2 fishermen for desecrating a tomb and stealing money from the deceased. New homes for East Coast families. The Ministry of Housing continues its affordable housing program. 4 low-income families received keys to their new homes. Canoe intercepts cocaine on East Bank, Demerara. An operation by the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit resulted in the seizure of over 20 pounds of narcotics and the arrest of 2 suspects. Colombia resumes military operations against FARC rebels. The Colombian government restarted military actions against a faction of the FARC rebels following an attack on an indigenous community. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for March 22nd, 2024. I'm Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, tragedy struck in Betterfowakt in East Coast Demerara earlier today as a devastating fire claimed the life of Moses Eli, a 77-year-old retired headmaster of the Bladen Hall Multilateral School. The fire quickly engulfed the 2-story Commoner Road, East Coast Demerara house. Eli, who lived alone, was unable to escape the blaze, and residents reported hearing loud explosions and screams emanating from the burning structure. Despite efforts by neighbors to rescue him, he was trapped inside the heavily grilled house, and firefighters later discovered his remains amidst the debris. Authorities from the Guyana Fire Service have launched an investigation into the incident to ascertain the cause of the fire that led to Eli's tragic demise. In other news, in a recent operation conducted by the officers of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit on Wednesday, March 20th, a significant quantity of cocaine was intercepted in the Providence Public Road area of East Bank, Demerara. During the operation, canoe officers intercepted a canter vehicle and subsequently searched, revealing several brick-like parcels suspected to contain cocaine concealed within a box. Following the discovery, 2 individuals identified as 55-year-old Adrian Carew of Rainbow City, Wisma Linden, and 27-year-old Caval Carew of Central Amelia's Ward, Linden, were arrested at the scene. The duo, believed to be a father and son, were escorted to Canoe's headquarters for further investigation. Subsequent testing confirmed the contents of the parcel to be cocaine, with a weight of over 20 pounds. Investigations into the matter are ongoing as authorities work to ascertain further details surrounding the seized narcotics and any potential connections to illicit drug trafficking activities. On a different note, police officers in Regional Division 5 responded to an alarming incident of cemetery vandalism, resulting in the arrest of 2 individuals in West Bank, Berbice on Thursday. Information received led police officers to Mackenzie Street, Murphy Dam, Rosignol Village in Berbice. Upon arrival, Khalil Majumutu, a 31-year-old fisherman, was apprehended and questioned regarding events occurring between March 17th and 19th of 2024 at Murphy Dam Cemetery. Majumutu confessed to participating in the desecration of the tomb and corpse of the 52-year-old Munishwar Jawir, whose tomb was raided. He implicated Lyndon Davis, a 38-year-old fisherman from Mackenzie Street, Murphy Dam, as the main perpetrator in the incident. According to Majumutu, he and Davis stole approximately $28,000 in cash from the corpse. Despite Majumutu's statement, Davis denied any involvement in the tomb raiding. Both suspects remain in custody as the police continue their investigation into the disturbing incident, which saw the sanctity of the final resting place of Munishwar Jawir violated. Jawir was later rested at the Murphy Dam Cemetery in Region 5 on February 9, 2024. Stick around when we return. Ministry of Housing and Water transformed lives with new coal homes, and police investigate alleged murder of Sapphire laborer.
Are you looking for an exciting Easter? Look no further than Digicel stores for incredible savings and a free Easter surprise. This Easter, Digicel is offering an extravagant deal. Purchase the Samsung A05 for just $21,000 or the Samsung A24 for only $39,500 and receive a free kite with your purchase. Make this Easter a memorable one. Visit a Digicel store today and crack open these amazing deals. Digicel, the network for everyone, everywhere.
Hi Guyana, welcome to Clearance, where we have been keeping you in style for generations. Do you guys remember this? Well, that was my mom, but now I'm back and we're doing a huge takeover sale Wednesday, March 27th and Thursday, March 28th. Get half off your favorite designer brands in clothing, accessories, and shoes. Remember, this sale is for 2 days only, Wednesday, March 27th and Thursday, March 28th. We will be open on Easter, Saturday, and Sunday. So come on down and shop at Clearance, always keeping you in style.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoons, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoons Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Speak clearly with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. Authorities are probing an alleged murder involving Courtney Young, a 56-year-old laborer from Deerfield Sophia. The incident reportedly occurred on Thursday at Deerfield Sophia and involved an armed male assailant. According to a police report, Vincent Cozier, a 57-year-old driver from Deerfield Sophia, revealed that he was constructing a house at lot 636 when Young, employed as a laborer, visited him around 19 hours. Cozier recounted that they began consuming alcohol together, with Young seated on two concrete blocks facing north, while he sat on another block inside the yard. At approximately 20-30 hours, while they were still in the yard, a suspect approached on a pedal cycle, wielding what appeared to be a shotgun. The assailant stopped in front of the yard, entered and directly targeted Young, discharging a round from the firearm. Young succumbed to his injuries and the suspect swiftly fled the scene on the pedal cycle, escaping in a western direction along the street. Young's body currently rests at the Memorial Gardens Funeral Home awaiting a post-mortem examination as police intensifies effort to locate the suspect. Investigations are ongoing. Moving on, the Ministry of Housing and Water said it is continuing its commitment to providing affordable and sustainable housing solutions to citizens across all demographics. 4 low-income families along the East Coast corridor were recently granted keys to their new core homes, which will significantly improve their living standards. Under the Core Home Support Initiative, these homes, valued at $5 million each, were constructed as part of the ministry's Adequate Housing and Urban Accessibility Program. Among the beneficiaries were 83-year-old Jennifer Class of Sparendam. She previously lost her home in a fire and expressed immense happiness at being provided with a new residence, describing it as a long-awaited blessing. The ministry's Adequate Housing and Urban Accessibility Program focuses on low-income individuals in specific areas of Regions 3 and 4, aiming to effectively address their housing needs. With a down payment of $100,000, beneficiaries are able to secure their homes, providing them with stability and security. The program has already seen 96 homes handed over out of 323 planned under the initiative. Currently, 15 homes are under construction on the East Coast corridor, further expanding access to affordable housing. Don't go away after the break. Future of U.S. nuclear power, pivotal moment amid safety concerns, and U.S. Justice Department sues Apple. DOJ says Apple illegally shut out competition.
Are you looking for an exciting Easter? Look no further than Digicel stores for incredible savings and a free Easter surprise. This Easter, Digicel is offering an extravagant deal. Purchase the Samsung A05 for just $21,000 or the Samsung A24 for only $39,500 and receive a free kite with your purchase. Make this Easter a memorable one. Visit a Digicel store today and crack open these amazing deals. Digicel, the network for everyone, everywhere.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Sneak Lady with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Hi Guyana, welcome to Clarence, where we have been keeping you in style for generations. Do you guys remember this? Well, that was my mom, but now I'm back and we're doing a huge takeover sale Wednesday, March 27th and Thursday, March 28th. Get half off your favorite designer brands in clothing, accessories, and shoes. Remember, this sale is for 2 days only, Wednesday, March 27th and Thursday, March 28th. We will be open on Easter, Saturday, and Sunday. So come on down and shop at Clarence, always keeping you in style.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. The Colombian government announced it will resume military operations against a faction of the FARC rebels that broke away when a peace accord was signed in 2016. President Gustavo Petro's administration suspended ongoing talks with the armed group after an attack on an indigenous community. Al Jazeera's Alessandro Rampietti reports.
A vicious attack on unarmed civilians. Members of a rebel dissident group opened fire on this indigenous community in the western Cauca region last Sunday when locals resisted the armed group's attempt to forcibly recruit a young student. At least 3 people were wounded. One renowned indigenous authority was killed, leaving her community long ravaged by armed conflict once again in disarray.
There's a lot of uncertainty, anxiety and fear. We're growing desperate. There are 12,000 people in the indigenous reservation and people are stuck in their houses. Kids are not going to school. Everything is stalled because we don't know what will happen next. So the question is now for the government, what will they do? We're trying to attend to both the security and social emergency.
President Gustavo Petro, who has bet on negotiating peace agreements with remaining armed groups in the country, took to social media to announce that the attack was a violation of an ongoing ceasefire and ordered a resumption of military operations against them. The Estado Mayor Central, or EMC, is the largest dissident faction of former FARC rebels who refused to join a 2016 peace deal. Experts say that since the accord was signed, Colombian authorities have failed to take control of the country's most volatile regions, allowing remaining armed groups to expand and fight for control of illegal activities like drug trafficking.
The government is engaged in peace negotiations with this guerrilla group because they argue that they have political agenda. But the truth is that the agenda is unclear and they don't have support among local communities. And at the same time, they took advantage of the ceasefire to strengthen themselves militarily. And that's what the president has now understood and is trying to stop.
The government says negotiations with this group will continue despite the setbacks, but the next steps are unclear. On Tuesday, the country's largest criminal organization, the Clan del Golfo, announced they will also start talks with the administration.
In the end, there's no doubt that the suspension of the ceasefire is a political blow for President Petro's plans to consolidate peace in the country, and one that unfortunately portends an increase in violence for those caught in the crossfire. Alessandro Rampietti, Al Jazeera, Bogotá.
In the United States, there are 54 nuclear power plants supplying 18.6% of electricity, and 6 in Canada, contributing 15%. The average age of U.S. commercial nuclear reactors is 42 years, signaling a pivotal moment for the industry. Al Jazeera's Rob Reynolds reports.
There are 54 nuclear power plants in the United States, providing 18.6% of U.S. electricity generation, and 6 in Canada, accounting for about 15% of that country's electricity. The average U.S. commercial nuclear reactor is about 42 years old.
The U.S. nuclear power industry seems to be at a crossroads. Industry has basically stagnated in the U.S. like it has in many Western countries over the last several decades, largely because of cost and safety reasons.
The popularity of nuclear energy decreased rapidly following a partial meltdown at the 3 Mile Island plant in Pennsylvania in March 1979, followed by the Chernobyl catastrophe in 1986 in the Soviet Union and the Fukushima nuclear plant explosion in Japan in 2011. Now, with increased urgency over the climate crisis, nuclear is having a moment. Both the Biden administration and Congress support speeding up development of a new generation of nuclear power plants. The nuclear industry is pushing for adoption of small modular reactors, or SMRs.
There is a big interest or enthusiasm, or some people may call it irrational enthusiasm, or irrational exuberance for nuclear power in the United States, but not the type of old reactors or huge reactors that we have.
The nuclear industry is pushing for adoption of small modular reactors, or SMRs. SMRs will be cheaper to mass produce and, proponents say, safer to operate.
It has passive safety technology. So the idea is it's not that you need someone to press a button, stop a process. You don't need a computer to activate something that, in the event of emergency. If any element of the system is broken, the whole thing automatically shuts down. Not through any safety protocol, but through actually the way it's designed through the laws of physics.
Last year, the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission approved the first SMR design, although no plants have yet been built. Systems safety experts say another nuclear mishap would immediately dash the industry's hopes.
Thinking about unthinkable has become my motto when it comes to nuclear power. Thinking about unthinkable. One accident and any nuclear plant around the world. This industry is really as weak as its weakest link.
Nuclear power will likely be a part of the effort to phase out fossil fuels, but how widely and rapidly it will expand remains in doubt. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Los Angeles.
The U.S. Department of Justice has announced a sweeping antitrust case against Apple. It alleges that the tech company broke U.S. laws that prohibit corporate monopolies. Apple denies the claims, saying they are wrong on the facts and the law. Al Jazeera's Heidi Zucastro reports.
The iPhone, Apple's signature product and the best-selling smartphone in the world, is at the center of the U.S. government's antitrust lawsuit.
We allege that Apple has consolidated its monopoly power, not by making its own products better, but by making other products worse.
As examples, the lawsuit points to the Apple Wallet payment system and the Apple Watch. Both interface only with the iPhone, while competitor watches and digital wallets face Apple-imposed barriers. And when it comes to Apple's messaging service, the company is accused of gumming up photos and videos exchanged with non-Apple devices.
In 2022, Apple's CEO was asked whether Apple would fix iPhone to Android messaging. The questionnaire added, quote, "Not to make it personal, but I can't send my mom certain videos," close quote. Apple's CEO responded, "Buy your mom an iPhone."
The Department of Justice has been investigating Apple since 2019, and so this lawsuit was long anticipated. Apple has largely fought off previous complaints of antitrust, but this lawsuit cuts to the heart of the company's mission, to keep customers hooked on Apple products.
Apple Watch and iPhone are essential. They're with us all the time.
In a statement, an Apple spokesperson said the DOJ lawsuit sets a dangerous precedent and hinders the company's ability to innovate. People outside of an Apple store in Washington, D.C. had this to say.
And that's what they're going to do. They're going to get their money. It's not really like, no matter, this is all a monopoly.
There's plenty of competition against them. I think Samsung makes a better product. So we have the freedom to choose what we want.
Valued at nearly $3 trillion, Apple's annual revenue is greater than the GDPs of more than 100 countries. Now it's become the largest big tech company to face U.S. government scrutiny. Heidi Jo Castro, Al Jazeera, Washington.
This brings us to the end of the regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. And that's it, TV2 Headline News for this Friday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. We will be off for the holiday weekend, but you can tune in on Tuesday at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other and do have a wonderful weekend.